Hi, I'm John Colarco, Holistic Health and Performance Coach. In this video, I'm going to take you through a full body stretching and mobility routine so you can improve your movement function and optimize your posture. Unleash your power, achieve your potential. This routine is going to help you optimize your movement function and your posture. It's a great routine to do before you do any activities like strength and conditioning training, or just anytime that you feel like you need to open up your body. But again, it's specifically going to benefit you if you're going and doing and practicing any of the 7 fundamental human movement patterns, right? Squatting, lunging, hip hinging or deadlifting, pushing, pulling, rotating, and gait like walking or running. This is really going to help you optimize your posture, get the right muscles firing, and improve your mobility so you can perform at maximum function in those activities or in those sports that you may be doing. All right, I've shown you in detail how to do each of these individual exercises in the past few weeks. So you can still go through with this follow along routine with me here if you haven't watched each of those individual videos, but I'd highly recommend after you go through this routine with me to go back and watch each individual one so you can understand the why behind them, the common mistakes to avoid, and also how to do them with optimal technique. We're just gonna kind of flow from exercise to exercise here. So again, you can go through this one with me, just flow through with me and follow my instruction. But again, if you really want to get that full understanding, I highly recommend after this video going and watch those individual videos of each of these 6 exercises. I'll put the links in the description below. All right, let's get started. The first exercise we're going to do is the 90-90 breathing exercise. So set up by bringing your hips close to a wall. All right, swing up so that you can get your feet planted onto the wall, knees at 90 degrees, hips at 90 degrees. We're going to take one hand onto the chest, one hand onto that lower rib cage. Then we're going to initiate with about a 3 to 5 second inhale, and then we're going to exhale for double that time. All right, and we're going to go through 5 repetitions. So let's get started. All right, again, inhale 3 to 5 seconds, hold for 1 to 2 seconds at the top, and then exhale double the time. So exhale 6 to 10 seconds. Really get every bit of air out that you can, focusing on through that nose exhalation. Let's go 3 more reps. Hold 1 to 2 seconds at the top. Really feel that contraction of the diaphragm. Exhale through the nose, every bit of air out, getting the stretch in the diaphragm. 2 more. 360-degree expansion. Hold that inhale for 1 to 2 seconds at the top. Slow exhale, every bit of air out. 1 more. Inhale, expand that lower rib cage, the first 2/3 of the breath. Last third, you can rise that chest, hold 2 seconds. And then exhale, double that time. Get every bit of that air out. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds. All right, and that's a 90-90 breathing exercise there. We're gonna transition next into the second exercise, which is gonna be the 90-90 hip mobility or the 90-90 hip stretch. So to set up there, we're gonna square up the chest. We're gonna square our knee aligned with the chest to the wall in front of us, 90 degrees in the knees here. Back knee as well, and then the back knee is facing the side wall as the front knee is facing the front wall. Okay, from there we're going to post up. We're going to take that hand to the outside of us, one hand on the inside. Nice long spine position. We want to keep that neutral spine the whole time. Let's go ahead and perform 5 reps again. We're going to focus first by contracting, okay, through the internal rotators, pulling ourselves into that nice glute and hip joint stretch. Hold 2 seconds. Okay, inhale and then drive out, pushing the ground away. We'll go through 4 more reps. Exhale, contract through those internal rotators, get into that glute stretch. Push that ground away, come back out. 3 more. Pull ourselves into that position like we're trying to raise that leg up. Okay, internally rotating, feel that glute stretch, hip stretch. Hold 2 seconds. Drive out, pushing against the ground with those glute muscles. 2 more. Pulling ourselves into that position. Tall, long spine position, no rounding of the back. Push that ground away through the hip. Okay, pull, exhale, exhale, pull through those internal rotators, get that stretch in the glutes, in the hip capsule, in the hip joint, and then again, drive, okay, through the glutes to bring ourselves out. All right, to transition to the back side of the 90-90 hip mobility exercise, we're gonna go ahead and rotate through the back hip. Okay, I'm gonna flip so you can see me there better as I perform this one. So again, we just finished the front side. Flip with me here to the back side. We got our 90 degrees set up. Knee is now facing here, trying to align our chest with it. Okay, pull that ankle up toward the shin here to help support, and let's externally rotate. Okay, like we're trying to sit our butt back down to the ground, squeezing here through those external rotators. Okay, internally rotate, push out. Okay, for a second, then again, pull back in. We'll do 5 reps again. This is 2. Hold 2 seconds. Push ourselves back out into internal rotation. Push back. Okay, remember to modify if you need to go back a little more. If the stretch is too intense, you need to come up on the fingertips. That's okay. Let's push out. Let's go through 3 more. Exhale, externally rotate through the hip like we're trying to sit that sit bone down. Inhale, internally rotate. Externally rotate. Exhale, hold that stretch, 2 seconds. Feel that stretch in the hip capsule, in the hip muscles there of the internal rotators. Push out, okay. Now we're gonna switch to the other side for the 90-90. So let's go ahead and just flip our legs here. I'm gonna flip so you can see me. Okay, we're gonna set ourselves up. All right, again in that 90-degree angle on both sides. Get our setup, center the chest in line with the knee. Let's go ahead and initiate. Exhale, contracting through those internal rotators to pull us into external rotation. Little rotation, hold 2 seconds. Push through the ground to come back out. Exhale, pull ourselves into the position. Inhale, push back out of the position. Let's go 3 more. Okay, keeping that tall spine position the whole way through. Actively squeeze here, 2 seconds. Drive that ground away. Last one, squeeze. 2 seconds, like you're trying to raise that leg up, squeeze, and then push that ground away. Okay, we'll transition to the back side. I'm just gonna flip so you can see me better as I go through this with you. Okay, we're set up for that back side. Okay, I'm gonna rotate, open now. Exhale and externally rotate, getting that stretching internal rotators. Internally rotate, come out as you inhale. Exhale, rotate into that position, hold 2 seconds. Internally rotate, inhale. All right, let's do 3 more. Okay, remember to adjust that hand position if you need to. If you need to walk back a little more, go up on the fingertips, whatever you need to do. Okay, as you go through this one. Okay, then from there, that completes the 90-90 hip mobility. So we're gonna transition into the sideline T-spine rotation and reach. Okay, so to start, we're gonna need a pad or pillow to rest the head on. We're gonna take a foam roller or a similar object and place the thigh on top of that roller. And then from there, make sure that knee's at 90 degrees. We'll relax the head. Bottom leg is straight in alignment with the rest of the body. We're gonna take that bottom hand and stack it on top of that thigh here on the roller. Then the top hand is gonna come and grab onto the rib cage. All right, we'll initiate the movement again with an exhale, and we're gonna rotate just from that rib cage, T-spine and neck, everything above the rib cage line there, the bottom of the rib cage line. Inhale as you return to start. Exhale, hold 2 seconds. Inhale as you return to start. We'll do 3 more. Okay, feel that contraction here through the lateral core muscles and the muscles in that rib cage. As we contract through them, feel that opening here on the other side as we open up the chest and rib cage. Okay, 1 more. Exhale, rotate actively again from that head, neck, chest, eyes going in this direction. Rotate back to start. Now we're gonna go to the reach. Okay, so we're gonna have those arms reaching out here. Hands are stacked. Make sure that back stays parallel with the wall behind you here, especially at the start. Then we're gonna go ahead and initiate the movement, press down into that foam roller here with this leg. So I'm driving this down. Then exhale, press it down, reach, rotate. Hold 2 seconds as I exhale. Inhale, come back to that start position. Okay, then we're gonna continue. Exhale. Pressing through that foam roller, making sure it doesn't come up. Inhale as you return back. Let's do 3 more. Open through that chest. Let those eyes follow this lead hand here. The rotation of the eyes will help us drive this movement. Okay, pressing that roller down. Make sure we have that pressure down into it the entire time as we perform that T-spine rotation and a reach. Okay, now we'll switch to the other side. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flip sides here. Again, head is down, shoulders stacked. Stacking that thigh up on the roller, bottom leg straight. Okay, gripping that bottom hand on the thigh, top hand on the bottom of the rib cage. Exhale. Rotate. Hold 2 seconds. Okay, again, contracting through those lateral core muscles, those muscles in the rib cage to open us up. Feeling that stretch on the bottom side right now. 1 more. Okay, using this hand to support and keep us down. All right, nice and relaxed through the lower body and the low back. All right, we'll go with that reach and rotation now. Again, actively driving down, using our core muscles, using our adductor muscles, okay, to keep that position. Okay, reaching and rotating. All right, keep driving that leg down to the roller. Rotating through that chest, neck, eyes following this lead hand to help drive that rotation. Our eyes really help drive rotation. Really any direction that we move in, when the eyes lead, the body will follow. All right, 1 more here to finish out our 5. All right, that's the T-spine rotation and reach. Now we're gonna transition to the band-assisted hamstring stretch. So I'm gonna get rid of my pad here so I can have my back and my head and neck nice and flat in a neutral spine position. I recommend you do the same so we're not elevated there. All right, let's make sure we wrap around this band. Okay, just below the balls of the feet here. Both legs straight, okay, setting both feet in line with our hips. All right, relaxing that head and neck in a nice neutral position. Make sure you have some tension on that band so that when we push the leg back down, we have some resistance for the hamstring. All right, from there, we're gonna initiate the movement, exhaling, flexing through this left hip, through those hip flexors, through the quads, keeping that leg nice and straight right now. Okay, then we're gonna drive down against that band tension through the hamstrings and return to start. Let's go through 5 reps again. I'm gonna get myself a little more tension here. Exhale, hold 2 seconds. Back down, let's do 3 more. Exhale, flexing through those hip flexor muscles here, squeezing the quad to help relax that hamstring on the back side, driving down against that band tension. Exhale, contract. Okay, inhale, contract against that band tension. Last one. Okay, keeping that leg nice and long, nice and straight here for this first one. Getting that calf stretch as well as the hamstring. Okay, now we're gonna go to a slight bend in the knee so we can get that upper hamstring, same pattern. Exhale, contract now just through the hip flexor muscles. We're not gonna be squeezing the quad anymore because now the leg is slightly bent. All right, when we squeeze our quad, that straightens our leg. Okay, again, flexing through those hip flexors, hold 2 seconds, contract through those muscles here in the hip flexors. Drive down against that band tension. Let's do 3 more. Exhaling, 1, 2, driving down. Okay, make sure that bottom leg stays aligned, right? We're not letting it turn out. Holding that squeeze. Okay, 1 more. Okay, we'll finish it out here. Contracting again, slight knee bend. You can even play with a little more knee bend if you want to bring that leg up. Find that higher hamstring stretch. Whatever you want to do there. All right, let's get to that other side. So we'll come up. We'll switch up legs here. Okay, again, start with some tension on that band, laying back, feet in line with the hips. Nice long spine position. Let's flex. through those hip flexor muscles, squeeze. Okay, with that leg straight, driving down against that band tension there. Exhale, hold it 2 seconds. Okay, inhale, coming back down. Exhale, that's 3. Finish out the third one here. Let's do 2 more. The leg straight, getting that calf stretch, getting that hamstring stretch, contracting through those hip flexor muscles. Okay, last one. Hold 2 seconds. Drive back down, okay? I'm gonna get myself a little bit more tension on that band. Make sure you get some more tension if you need it as well. Let's really get some good resistance against that band as we push down. Now we're going slight knee bend. Pushing down. Okay, flexing up. Again, using those hip flexor muscles to bring that leg into hip flexion. So we can get that best stretch possible through the hamstrings. The more we can activate through our muscles, those opposite muscles of the muscles we're trying to stretch, the better of a range of motion and mobility that we're going to be able to get, okay, in those muscles that we're looking to mobilize and improve the range of motion of. Last one. Exhale, hold 2 seconds, contract those muscles, and push down against that band tension. All right, so that's the hamstring band stretch. All right, so now we're finally going to come off of our backs and the seated position. We're going to come into the half kneeling position. I'm going to flip this way for you so you can see me on my right hip to start. Okay, I'm going to set up this half kneeling position. If you need an extra pad, you can get something soft like an Eric's pad for this knee position here. Okay, this feels pretty comfortable for me, so I'm going to stick with it. Knee, hip, shoulder all stacked on top of one another. Let's initiate the movement, making sure that pelvis is in neutral here. Then we're going to contract, squeeze that glute, a little bit of rotation. Hold 2 seconds again, squeezing those muscles in the glute. And then driving back with a little bit of flexion through those hip flexor muscles. Squeeze through with that glute, exhale. Okay, drive back to that start. We're just going to do 4 here on this one because if you remember, if you watch the individual hip flexor stretch exercise and series, okay, we're going to now transition the arm up overhead and we're going to do 4 reps of coming forward and rotating here, okay, through the T-spine, all right? So that T-spine rotation and reach that we did is going to be really key here to help us get some better rotation on this exercise. Exhaling as you rotate there. Okay, I'll just show you next 2 from the front as you keep going through with me here. Contract, get to that stretch, rotate, reach to that ceiling. Come back to the start position. We'll do 1 more to get 4 here with our rotational stretch on those hip flexors. Okay, now we're going to transition to the side bend. So let's get that arm back up, come into that hip extension, squeezing that glute. Now we're going to laterally flex there, okay, through the spine to get that stretch there in the lateral plane of motion on those hip flexors. Again, exhale as you come through, inhale as you come back. Okay. You can transition right into that side bend if you feel comfortable. If you feel you need to kind of get there first, make sure you have the right position in the hip. And then side bend, you can kind of break it up into 2 segments like that as well. All right, let me show you. We'll get one from the side here as well. Let's just get 1 rep. All right, so that's our right hip. Let's go ahead and flip. I'm going to flip just so you can see me on this side. We'll go through that left hip. Okay, knee, hip, shoulder stack. Nice tall spine position. Let's contract through that glute. That's going to keep us in that neutral pelvis position that we want here as we go through this stretch. Again, driving through that glute. Hold 2 seconds. 1, 2. Driving back as we inhale. Exhale. Okay, 1 more here. Pelvis staying in neutral, right? We're not excessively tucking that spine as we go through that one. Let's go arm up. We'll get our rotational stretch here for the hip flexors. Exhale. Back to start. Exhale. Rotate. Okay, I'm gonna flip to the front here so you can see me on this next one. Going through that 3rd rep. Exhale. Rotate. Okay, again, really focus on that glute drive and the movement, contracting us through this position of hip extension and then getting that rotation. okay, as we come through. Let's go to that side bend for 4 reps. Drive through. Get that side bend. Okay, just keep staying nice and tall. Contracting through those glutes to bring us into hip extension, getting that side bend, all right? Not a ton going on in this one, pretty simple to execute. Just keep focusing on that glute squeeze, that hip extension, staying long, reach into the ceiling. Okay, staying long through that arm. Last one here. Hold 2 seconds. Okay, and then we're coming back out. So that completes the half kneeling hip flexor stretch. Next exercise is that half kneeling ankle dorsiflexion. It's going to be a smooth transition right into it. We're just going to take that foot back a little more. We don't need as much of a base. All right, and we're not trying to get a hip stretch now. So I'm going to put that heel right under my knee. And now from here, I'm going to focus on driving that knee forward, keeping it in line with my second toe. Okay, I'm just going to pop back a little bit here. Just make sure you can see my toe there. All right, my kneecap is pointed directly forward. I'm going to push forward, hold 2 seconds. Okay, drive back out. Remember, contract through those muscles here, okay, in the front of that lower leg, and then push through that floor almost like you're gonna raise the heel up, little calf raise as we come back because we're stretching those calf muscles. So when we reverse the stretch, we're gonna almost like we're going into the calf raise exercise, okay? So let's go a couple more here. It's about 5 reps on it. Okay, let's go to 7 on this one. All right, I'll give you a side view. This one as well as we go through. Okay, contract, squeeze through those muscles in the front of the shin. Press through that ground to come back. One more. All right, typically we need a couple more reps on the ankle dorsiflexion mobility to really open us up. Okay, I'll just flip and stay on this side for you here. Okay, we're in position. Heel under the knee. Let's get our 7 reps in on this one too. I know I said we were gonna do 5 reps on everything, but a little extra on the ankle mobility. Keep contracting through that lower leg, hold 2 seconds, press back. Okay, you can even, like I'm doing here, you can raise those toes up if you really want to emphasize that ability of dorsiflexion. Okay, just to make sure that kneecap is straight ahead, knee staying over the middle toe, or that second toe there. Pull up, contract, exhaling as you do. Okay, get you a couple reps from the front here so you can see my alignment. As we practice through, contract through those muscles in the front of that shin, push back, okay, through that calf. We're really stretching that soleus muscle here that becomes our Achilles tendon. Really, really important to make sure we have enough ankle mobility there. Through there, keep those Achilles tendons healthy, keep those knees healthy. Hold 2 seconds, last one. And we'll come back out into that position. So that is our full body stretching and mobility routine. Really a foundational, again, functional movement-based mobility routine. Again, it's a great one that you can do before or after your training, you know, in the gym, hopefully in the weight room, doing some of those functional, fundamental human movement patterns. All right, so think about inserting it there in your routine and see how much better that you'll feel after you do them. If you can do this routine consistently, you're really gonna start to establish the fundamental levels of mobility and stability that are gonna allow us to perform those more advanced strength and conditioning exercises and training programs in an effective way. And I'm definitely gonna be sharing a lot of those strength and conditioning based approaches and exercises with you in detail as I release more videos on the channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get notified as I upload those new videos. And if this was helpful for you, if you enjoyed going through this routine with me, go ahead and drop a like there, drop any questions in the comments. And if you know somebody that may benefit from going through this routine themselves, feel free to share it along. I hope to bring you value and bring them value with this routine here. All right, remember, unleash your power, achieve your potential.